How many times have you been told you're not enough? Not holy enough, not smart enough, not good enough for God? Hey guys, it's John sitting here in the studio having a fantabulous day. Hope you're doing well as well. When someone tells you that you're not enough, the question you have to ask is not enough for what? What it is you're not enough is not enough for them. They're the one who are choosing that you're less than. They're putting you in a place beneath them. You're not enough. Now, sometimes that's a person in your life who will knock you down, but oftentimes it's also a religion. A religion that says you're unworthy, you're born in sin, things of that nature. Or in the New Age ideology, you're not there yet. You have to do this, this, this to get there. You have to take this diet, and you have to do this medicine, or you have to have this crystal, or you're not enough. You need something in the external world to take you there. Well, let me share it with you something. You're already complete and you're already worthy in this moment. You need nothing in the physical. The physical itself is simply an illusion. The idea of lack is a belief we take on, and our world is a reflection of our belief. And when we choose to believe the lie of lack, we end up putting ourselves into a life of lack. Your parents will tell you that you have to be better and you have to earn love, and or you have to. Oftentimes they'll make students, they have to get A's, and if they don't get A's, they'll be less than. There's constant comparisons in school. People, well, Billy got a gold star today. Why didn't you? Right? Those sort of conditional approval shapes self-worth. We have this moment of thinking we're not enough because we're looking outside of ourselves for validation. And religions reinforce that. The original sin teaching, the salvation is tied to worthiness, and fear of never measuring up is inherent in all of the teachings that they give you. God is something external, male patriarchal God that we lean into. But when you look at it from that aspect, you're being told you're not enough on a regular basis, and that becomes the indoctrination in our mind. But what does that indoctrination do? It makes us get stuck with the doctrines of the church, makes us stay there with them, where they can keep us under that veil of their own truth. Then there's cultural pressure. Advertising thrives on lack. Oh my gosh, you need to do this to get that. You need to get your advertisements will tell you. YouTube is filled with videos telling you how to increase your income and how to blow your channel up this year and all these things. And social media is only magnifying us. You go into Facebook and people are always putting themselves on a pedestal in front of others. And that lie becomes an invisible truth because it becomes subconscious. We take it into our subconscious. We don't realize we're thinking it. But the fastest way to understand what you're truly thinking in your subconscious mind is to just start listening to what you're saying about your present moment. If your present moment is the only moment you're ever alive, then what you believe about that moment is creative. And the cost of believing you're not enough is going to lead to internal suffering. There's going to be anxiety, depression, shame cycles, feelings of spiritually disconnected because we don't feel like we're connected to God because God is something external that we've taken into ourselves. And the external consequences of all this is that relationships get built on fear, which makes relationships a struggle. And so struggle is the relationship because we are literally being struggle in the relationship because we're looking for this idea that we're not enough, and that person we're with is seeing that we're not enough because that's what we're creating into our world. We overwork for the validation. We start to really lean into our own personal need, and then the world sees you as a needy person because that is what you're being. We accept abuse in our life as well deserved because we don't think we're enough. We not start to knock ourselves down. It also all of this whole idea, this whole concept of thought disconnects us from joy. And we're never satisfied in the present moment. We're always chasing that someday I'll be happy. Well, I remember when the singer on America's Got Talent said, "You don't have to wait till things aren't hard to be happy." Joy is attainable. It is a present moment choice, and that present moment choice itself is a choice that you make. You were enough from the beginning. You always had the power within. It's always been there. It always will be. The choice is yours. And your existence is proof of worth. The fact that you're even here and have life, it is like being chosen. You came into this world to live a life, and you're experiencing a life. And I don't mean chosen by anything external. I mean, you're here living a life. If life is eternal, then you must have chose this. And that the fact that you breathe and air comes in and goes out and moves, that's a natural reaction. You don't think about that. You don't go through your entire day going in with the good air, out with the bad, in with the good air, out with the bad. No, it's natural. It's divine. It's that you're in this moment. And the fact that it is divine and natural means that you're worthy. Being here means that you are enough. And Jeshua's teachings spoke of the kingdom of heaven within you. The love was the only requirement, and worth was not based on perfection. Enoughness is a divine birthright. There's nothing to earn. There's nothing to prove. It's simply to be in the now and live in the now and choose to love in the now is to be the expression of love itself.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor. Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com.
And oftentimes we'll start to over-prepare for simple tasks. We strive endlessly without joy, hoping that joy will surround our life. We start chasing perfection like we're on a hamster wheel, not realizing that the imperfections of your life are perfect. Living in the now is the perfect expression of you. We create stories in our life that we have to try harder to get that validation. But trying harder always backfires because that's like keeping that carrot on a stick. Eeyore would only move with the carrot on the stick, but guess what? He never got the carrot because it was always at arm's reach. Drop the stick, eat the carrot. That's my thought on this. The moment you let go of the stick and you start living in the present and full reality that you are the creator, then you can start to laugh at things. You can start to see world as oh my God, I can't believe that experience happened. Peace isn't found in effort. Relaxation reveals sufficiency. You start to understand when you're relaxed, okay, this is enough. The truth comes in ease. When you start to be easy in life, the world starts to show you easy around you. People aren't stressed out by you because you're easy. And when you try too hard, it blocks the joy that you are wanting to experience. Well, rather than wanting it, why not just take the moment to be joyful? Live in the now. I am that I am. I am is you. It's your declaration. I am that I am. I am the result of what I am being. I am that I am. It is the perfect expression of who you are in the now. And when you awaken to the idea that you have the ability to create the life you want, in those moments, you'll feel like love was there without achievement, that flaws were embraced as beautiful, liberation from religious guilt instead of subjugation to religious dogma or doctrines. People are finding peace and acceptance. Struggles are transformed by letting go of the doctrines and the dogmas. And there are common threads in in freedom itself. The people find that they feel free because they've let go of the chains. They enjoy the fact that they can love someone else and do something kind for someone else, that's a common thread. They feel good about what they're doing. So ask yourself this: when did you realize that you were already enough, or have you not already? And if you haven't, understand that this video is talking about you are already. You are already enough, and when you step into that belief that you're already enough, then your divinity will reveal itself. And you'll start to have amazing experiences because you'll start recognizing the beauty in the moment. And those beautiful moments are started with inner gentle dialogue, speaking to ourselves kindly. Oftentimes people will not let someone say something about their friend that they would say to themselves on a regular basis. You have to treat yourself with kindness first. And that kindness is permeating into your soul. Be the lamp unto yourself. Give yourself kindness. Be a friend. The secret to successful relationships is fostering the friendship first. And when you foster the friendship with yourself first, it does nothing but affirms to the world that you're enough and you're already worthy without conditions, without having to get to that next level of awareness. You all you're really doing is clearing away the fog of not enoughness and noticing the moments of self-love. And if I would start to limit social media if social media is a negative experience for you. Got rid of my Facebook page over a year ago. I don't watch news. The news always finds you anyway. People will come up and tell you what the important news of the day is. But I haven't watched news in a year and I haven't missed it at all. You know, when you see somebody doing something good, let them know. Tell them they're doing good. That gentle act of love can change a life. That person can realize in that moment that they are good, that they are enough. What they did was worthy. And then you can anchor this in your own unique path, realizing that you are telling them was something beautiful and loving and caring. Stop needing approval. Root your confidence internally. Freedom from people pleasing is important because you're already enough. You don't need to please them. Pleasing them is literally looking for validation, and that's the fear of not being loved being manifested into your reality. Understand you already are loved. You're already surrounded by love. And that authenticity replaces the need for performance. You know, give without expectation. Unconditionally give. And joy becomes the experience around you. It gets shared in the humanity that you experience into your life. And when you have compassion for others' struggles, you have the ability to let them see that, oh, I'm not alone in this. I'm one with this other person who has compassion for me. And that builds healthier connections. Boundaries fall away and connection becomes natural. Mutual respect grows. Relationships flourish in truth. When you are living love and you're living your truth and you're putting that expression into the world is free of the lie of lack around you. Imagine if the children that you're raising believed they were enough and confidence started replacing shame or inaction or not performing up to the level of expectations of someone else. They are enough. Their creativity is unleashed. I remember when Kevin Kline was giving an interview one time, he said in his parents' house he had a room and he could do whatever he wanted in that room. And that room was covered in paint and markers and the room was destroyed. But think of the freedom of expression that room gave him. And love of just expressing itself becomes the foundation. Communities stop comparing each other. They start to support instead of competing with one another. They start to celebrate diversity. They come together in collective joy because there's no fear. And global freedom comes with that self-worth. When each one of us starts to find our self-worth and start to see the self-worth in others, nations become less driven by fear and peace starts replacing greed, and humanity itself as a whole becomes aligned with love. And that love is God, because God is love, according to the best darn book in the Bible. Thank you very much. You don't have to become anything to be enough. You already are enough. You're already whole, complete, and divine. And if you can recognize that, you will start to see that divinity expressed around you because people will start to see you and share with you that you're beautiful, that you're loving, that you're caring. And if we all would do that, wow, the world would be just stunning, wouldn't it? So that stunning world starts with you being that love, you being that awareness, and you knowing that you're already enough and capable of doing that. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.